guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very quick video for you. This is another top 5 video. If you haven't seen any of the videos that I've done yet, I will link my most recent one above. But basically I'm going through every category of my makeup collection and picking my top 5 favorite products that I own for that category. So I've already done most of the complexion. I've done face powders, I've done foundations, concealers, and that might be it. Oh, and primers. I did primers as well. So today we're actually going to be going through my top 5 favorite bronzers, and if you guys want to see what my favorites are, keep on watching. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and please make sure to subscribe before you leave and hit the bell to get notified of my future videos if you want to see more videos like this one. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the first bronzer that I had to mention, you guys are not going to be surprised to see this on my list because everybody talks about this bronzer. It is a fantastic bronzer, and the best part is it's from the drugstore, so it's very affordable. This is from Physicians Formula. This is the Butter Bronzer. I have the shade that is just called Bronzer, by the way. I think there's 2 shades. I can't remember the name of the other one. I think the other one's called Medium or something. I have the one that just says Bronzer on the back. I love this bronzer. It is so beautiful. It's so easy to blend. It's the perfect shade, and it's a very light bronzer, so you can definitely build it up without it getting too heavy or too muddy. I just really like it. It's got a neutral undertone. It does have a scent, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I know a lot of people like it. It's just kind of personal preference. But the only thing I dislike about it is the packaging is very bulky, like a lot of Physicians Formula products, but I can get over it because the product itself is fantastic and affordable. So definitely recommend this guy. If you have not tried it, you need to try this bronzer. It's amazing. All right, so we'll go from drugstore to a high-end bronzer. This bronzer, I love this so much. It's a little hard to find, but I will link down below. I'm pretty sure you can still get it on the Marc Jacobs website. This is the brand new Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer. It's part of the coconut collection that he just recently came out with that has like a setting spray and the coconut highlighter as well. So this does have a coconut scent. Ugh, I love the smell of this one though. There's something about this that just smells like Hawaii. It smells like the beach. It just smells amazing. And the bronzer itself is just stunning. It is so beautiful. It's a little bit darker than the Physicians Formula bronzer, but not much. I mean, these are both very subtle bronzers that you can build up. That's my preference. I like a bronzer that's buildable. I don't like one that goes on with too much pigmentation because then you'll be blending for days, but there is something just so beautiful about this bronzer. It applies so nicely. It doesn't get patchy. It doesn't get muddy. It just looks beautiful on the skin, and I just love this. I think it's a fantastic bronzer. It's also huge. Look how much product you get in this pan. It's big. I love the packaging. I love how sleek it is. It does not take up much room to store. It's just a great bronzer. By the way, you get 25 grams of product in here. So compared to the butter bronzer, you get 11 grams in this and you get 25 in the Marc Jacobs. So yes, it is more expensive, but you're getting basically twice the amount of product as the Physicians Formula one. So I love this bronzer. All right, next up, another kind of hard to find bronzer, but I know you can get this from the Genest website as well. This is the Genest Color Correcting Bronzing Powder. I found mine at TJ Maxx. If you can find it at your TJ Maxx, snatch this up. It was such a great deal. I think I paid $9.99 for this. This bronzer is so unique because it has the color correcting mosaic in it, and it just applies perfectly. It just is so stunning, so beautiful, really easy to apply. Another one that's subtle but buildable. I even have a girlfriend at work who purchased one, and she is porcelain fair, and it works on her skin tone too. So if you have a very light complexion and you're having a hard time finding a bronzer that's not too dark for your skin tone, this one is like the perfect bronzer. I love this so much. I hadn't heard anybody talk about this bronzer, but it is a fantastic bronzer. I really like it. Alright, the next bronzer that I wanted to mention is from Sephora collection. This is one I have talked about before. This is a really good bronzer, especially for the price. So Sephora collection is a more affordable brand. I like the fact that it has a cool undertone. It has just a little bit of shimmer to it without being like too shiny. It's just a very subtle kind of a glow. By the way, I have this shade Fiji, which I think is a great shade for a light to medium complexion. And it's just a really nice cool undertone. I just really like this bronzer a lot. I'm gonna put it right here on my wrist. It is a lot more pigmented than all the other ones I've shown you guys so far, but I love this bronzer, especially for summertime. It's just such a beautiful bronzer, and yeah, you really can't go wrong with it. It blends nicely. It's just a really beautiful bronzer, so I highly recommend that guy as well. It's hard to swatch bronzers because you don't really know by a swatch what a bronzer is going to look like until you put it on your face, you know what I mean? Because it's mostly about how it blends. Alright, the last bronzer that I wanted to mention in this top 5 favorites is Nars Laguna. So I don't have it in a single right now. I had the full-size single and went through it already, but I do have it in this little base palette. This is the Stephen Klein palette, which is limited edition. You can't get the palette anymore, but this shade here is Laguna. It's the same as the Laguna if you were to buy it on its own. This is very similar to the Sephora collection one that I just showed you. It's got the slightest bit of shimmer to it, but it's very, very subtle shimmer. This one's a little warmer than the one from Sephora collection. That one has more of a cool undertone. This one has more of a neutral undertone, but I just love it. It's such a great bronzer. It blends so well. It's been a cult classic for a long time for a reason. It's just a really good quality bronzer. So I definitely recommend checking out this guy as well. If you haven't already, you need to try it. It's just so beautiful and it works so well on so many different skin tones. So those are all the bronzers I wanted to mention to you guys today, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. The next video is probably going to be my top 5 favorite highlighters, so if you want to see that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!